These legendary stadiums have witnessed many iconic NFL moments, but they won't be hosting the Super Bowl anytime soon. And the reason is not what you think. The Super Bowl is one of the biggest sports entertainment events in the world, and it draws over 100 million viewers and tens of thousands of visitors from different parts of the world. The event is known for its massive scale and unforgettable experience, which is why when it comes to selecting the venue, they are extremely cautious. The NFL usually prefers warmer locations or domed stadiums where the playing conditions are consistent, ideal, and comfortable for the fans. Frankly, who would want to witness a championship match in a blizzard? Apart from the weather, the NFL requires the Super Bowl to have at least 70,000 seats, which immediately eliminates many legendary football stadiums from the discussion. Well, that's not all. If a city wants to host the Super Bowl, they must have top-tier infrastructure like airport, public transport, and hotels to handle the influx of fans coming from all over the world. Cities like Los Angeles and Las Vegas are the perfect example of an ideal Super Bowl city, as it has vibrant nightlife, strong infrastructure, and are tourist-friendly. Now that we know how NFL chooses its stadiums for the Super Bowl, let's look at some stadiums that will never host the mega event. The Lambeau Field isn't your ordinary stadium, it's a cathedral of football. The venue opened in 1957 and is currently the oldest operational NFL stadium in the world. The stadium has witnessed some of the most iconic football moments in history. From Aaron Rodgers' Hail Mary heroics to Bart Starr's Ice Bowl quarterback sneak, it has been a key landmark in NFL and especially football success. The stadium's also called the Frozen Tundra, as it embodies the toughness, grit, and tradition of the Green Bay Packers. Even after being such an important location in NFL's history, the stadium won't be hosting the Super Bowl anytime soon. The reason? The Super Bowl usually takes place in February, and the Wisconsin temperature during this time is brutal. In Green Bay, temperatures often dip below freezing during the Super Bowl season, and the chilly winds make it almost impossible to host the game. For the NFL, fan experience and player safety are extremely important, which they won't risk by hosting the game in an uncomfortable venue. Well, that's not the only problem with Lambeau Field. The area of Green Bay itself is a logistical nightmare. It is a small market city with very limited infrastructure and doesn't have enough hotels, transportation, or entertainment venues for the Super Bowl visitors. The NFL favors regulated surroundings, which provide optimal circumstances for both players and viewers. That is why, despite its unquestionable historical significance, Lambeau Field remains off the menu. The Packers may have one of the most devoted fan groups in sports, but when it comes to hosting the most important game of the year, tradition takes a second place to pragmatism. Soldier Field is also one of the oldest and most iconic stadiums in the NFL. It is also home to one of the most celebrated football franchises, the Chicago Bears. It has a rich history, having hosted everything from classic NFL games to historical events like the 1963 Army-Navy game. Located in the middle of Chicago, one of America's most popular sports towns, it appears to be an ideal location for the Super Bowl. However, that isn't enough, as a Soldier Field will most likely never be honored to host the mega event. You must be wondering why. The stadium is located in a developed city with access to great infrastructure. The city and people are passionate about football. However, that's not enough, as Soldier Field has a seating capacity of only 61,500, which is way short of the 70,000-seat requirement for Super Bowl venues. Even after a substantial makeover in 2003, its old infrastructure falls behind newer, cutting-edge stadiums designed expressly for mega events. With severe Midwest winters, the NFL has little reason to take the risk. From the league's standpoint, the Super Bowl is about more than just football. It's about presenting a tremendous show with world-class hospitality and entertainment. The NFL prefers larger, newer stadiums with domes or warmer weather that provide a consistent experience for players, fans, and sponsors. While Soldier Field has an indelible position in football history, it just does not satisfy the contemporary standards for hosting the sport's most important event. So unless the NFL substantially changes its attitude, Soldier Field will remain a historic battlefield, but never a Super Bowl location. There are very few stadiums in the NFL that carry the rich legacy Gillette Stadium holds. The stadium is home to the New England Patriots and its passionate fan base. The stadium has witnessed countless legendary NFL moments ever since it opened in 2002. Thanks to its incredible fan base, the Gillette Stadium is a fortress for the Patriots. Even though the people of Foxborough, Massachusetts, duly deserve to host the Super Bowl, it will most likely not happen anytime soon. Why is it that such a passionate city can't host a Super Bowl? Well, there are many reasons for this. For starters, Foxborough, Massachusetts isn't a major metropolitan hub like Las Vegas, Miami, or Los Angeles. The stadium is located in a small town over 20 miles from Boston and lacks efficient public transportation. If this wasn't enough, the city's extreme weather during Super Bowl season makes it impossible for it to host the mega event. February in Foxborough means freezing temperatures, snow, and strong wind chills. These intense conditions make it impossible to hold the Super Bowl as the sport demands a warm temperature for a comfortable, high-quality experience for fans and players. Lambeau Field at Mile End is one of the NFL's most daunting stadiums. The roaring Broncos fandom and a long history of home dominance, particularly during John Elway and Peyton Manning eras, this stadium is a key monument in Denver. The high altitude of approximately 5,280 feet above sea level provide the home team with a unique advantage. Visiting teams often struggle with stamina in the thin air, allowing the Broncos to secure easy wins. Even though the altitude benefits the home team, it's also a big reason why the Lambeau Field will never host a Super Bowl. The lower oxygen levels at Mile End can cause faster exhaustion, thirst, and breathing issues, which is not ideal for a championship game where athletes must perform at their peak. The NFL usually prefers peak performance over endurance challenges, which is why it avoids stadiums with higher altitudes and harsher weather. Super Bowl season in Colorado comes with severe snowstorms, freezing winds, and unpredictable weather. This makes it impossible for the league to host its biggest match, as the NFL likes controlled venues to avoid weather from affecting the game's quality. This difficult weather and higher altitude also makes it difficult for the team to manage logistics. The Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio is another stadium that might never host a Super Bowl. The stadium sits on the banks of the Ohio River and offers a majestic view of the city from the inside. It's home to the Cincinnati Bengals, whose recent resurgence under Joe Burrow's leadership has electrified the city's atmosphere. The stadium's prime riverside location makes it a unique venue in the NFL. However, despite all the benefits, Cincinnati will likely never host a Super Bowl, and it all comes down to quality infrastructure. Super Bowl host cities need to have quality hotel accommodations, state-of-the-art transportation spread across the city, and a vibrant entertainment scene. These facilities are essential to support the influx of fans coming to the city for Super Bowl season. Cincinnati falls short in all these areas. Unlike Miami or Las Vegas, which are made for mega events like the Super Bowl, Cincinnati lacks the necessary facilities to handle such a crowd. While the lack of facilities is one major issue, it's not the only one. The Paycor Stadium is an open-air venue with no retractable roofs. This means that the Super Bowl at this venue could be exposed to freezing temperatures and harsh climates. However, Cincinnati's football market is another big challenge. Even though the city has a strong football culture, it doesn't offer the tourism and sponsorship opportunities like other cities. The Highmark Stadium, located in Buffalo, New York, is one of the most iconic NFL venues and home to the Buffalo Bills. It's known for its decades of football history, die-hard fans, and freezing cold during winters. Even though it is an iconic stadium, it's still not suitable to host the Super Bowl, and there are some clear reasons for this. For starters, the stadium is located in Buffalo, New York, which is one of the snowiest US regions in February. The stadium is also fully open, which makes it impossible to host matches during the Super Bowl season. The area witnesses freezing temperatures, harsh winds, and blizzards, which isn't suitable for football. Highmark Stadium is one of the oldest stadiums in the league, which is why it lacks modern amenities and luxury suites that the NFL favors for its mega events. Moreover, Buffalo doesn't have the necessary infrastructure to accommodate a high influx of visitors. But what do you think? Will these stadiums ever get the chance to host a Super Bowl? Let us know in the comments, and like and subscribe for more videos like this.